Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Jalen Brazier, in his own words, talks about what he says happened the night Zion Foster died.
The body of our heart is beating very, very pain. Our breathing is like modest.
Breaking right now, in just the past 15 minutes, a judge ordered Jalen Brazier to stand trial for the murder of Zion Foster. Glad you're with us today at 5. I'm Devin Skillian.
I'm Kimberly Gill. It comes on day 2 of testimony at a preliminary hearing. Sean Lay is following that story for us tonight. Sean, those words are just chilling.
Kimberly, Devin, we just ran out of 36th District Court where Judge King moved Jalen Brazier's case on to face a murder trial. Judge King, you'll see this at 6 o'clock again. He just made these comments. Looked directly at Brazier. He did not hold back any disgust so many have been feeling about this case, talking about what Zion's mother has been put through, talking about what Zion, a 17-year-old, has been put through. We'll hear Judge King's searing comments coming up at 6 o'clock. Meantime, let's get back to what happened in court today. Let's start with this video of Brazier telling police after weeks of Zion being missing that the two were apparently smoking marijuana. The 17-year-old's breathing, he says, became labored. So his decision was not to call 911. Look at this.
The body of our heart is beating very, very pain. Our breathing is like modest.
This is never before seen video of Detroit police interrogating Jalen Brazier about what happened to his cousin, 17-year-old East Point teen Zion Foster. She went missing January 6 of 2022. Brazier is a 24-year-old father of 2. He says he put his boys to bed that night of January 6 and began smoking marijuana with Zion in his home. Brazier revealed that Zion's breathing became so shallow he did not call 911. He says he did the unthinkable.
I took her, I put her in my trunk, and I put her in my trunk, my car, and I took her to Highland Park and put her inside of a trash can, and then I left.
Why didn't you call for an ambulance for Zion? I was scared and thought it looked like I killed her.
And what's the next question?
How do you know if Zion was dead before you put her in the trunk?
And what's the answer?
She was not moving. I put my hand under her nose and she had no breath. I put my hand on her neck and she had no pulse.
Back here live, you know, the prosecutor, without a body, without Zion's remains, did say at the very beginning when she brought this murder charge against Brazier, there was enough evidence to bring the charge. So much of that evidence came out today. We're only scratching the surface. We'll be back at 6 o'clock for that. But guys, I've been texting with Zion's mother, Sierra Milton, asking her if she was watching today. She said she was told not to watch. Probably good advice. Late this afternoon, just moments ago, the question was even raised if Zion was still alive when Brazier says he put her body in a Highland Park dumpster. Back to you.
Those words so difficult to hear. Sean, we appreciate your report and staying on top of the story for us. We appreciate it.
All right, now just into our newsroom, the FBI has shot and killed a man while executing a search warrant in Provo, Utah.
Investigators say Craig Robertson allegedly made credible threats against politicians and public figures. The most recent threat referenced President Biden's trip to Utah tonight, where he said he needed to prepare his camouflage and sniper rifle. According to the FBI, Robertson was killed this morning while agents attempted to raid his home.
Back here, or closer to home anyway, police in the Upper Peninsula investigating an officer-involved shooting. Police have set up a staging area in the rural town near Pickford. Not much information currently available, only that the shooting happened this morning and the U.S. Marshals Service is now in charge of the investigation. So much more to learn. We will keep you updated as we do that.
I-75 is back open after a deadly crash this afternoon closed most lanes for hours. Sky 4 was overhead surveying the scene on the southbound lanes near Mack. You can just barely see here coming up right there, the wreck underneath that overpass. Barely see it there. Police tell us a driver rear-ended a semi that had stopped due to traffic. The driver was killed in the crash. The semi driver was not hurt, but again, I-75 is now back open. President Biden out west today touting his administration's manufacturing push and celebrating a win in Ohio where voters there defeated Issue 1, a victory for abortion rights advocates.
Over on the GOP side, the gloves are off. Frontrunner, former President Trump sharpening attacks on his rivals as he faces another court hearing, another potential indictment. Alice Barr following both the president and the former president from Capitol Hill. Alice.
Good evening. Democrats are looking to that latest abortion rights win as a potential shot in the arm at the polls amid lagging enthusiasm for President Biden. President Biden on the road balancing official business and campaign fundraising in New Mexico today, touting his administration's efforts to boost clean energy and manufacturing. As he continues his Western tour, the president celebrating a win in the Midwest, where Ohio voters soundly defeated a ballot measure turned proxy war over abortion rights. The Republican-led proposal would have made it more difficult to amend the state's constitution.
In the Constitution, we should have a higher standard.
It came ahead of a separate November vote aimed at enshrining abortion rights protections that some top Republicans acknowledged they wanted to block. President Biden called it a blatant attempt to weaken voters' voices as advocates look ahead.
It is absolutely an indication of how big we're going to be able to win in November, but also next year with the presidential election, that abortion is a winning issue.
Ohio is one of several states putting abortion protections on the ballot, as Democrats hope the issue will keep driving voters to the polls. Driving division among Republicans, former President Trump's personal attacks, including taking aim at Republican rival Chris Christie's weight. The former New Jersey governor and one-time Trump ally stepping up his sharp criticism on several fronts.
This has got to do with the character of who we want behind the desk in the Oval Office.
Former President Trump responding to news that the special counsel investigating him obtained a search warrant for his Twitter account back in January. The former president calling it a hit on his civil rights to infringe on his presidential campaign. This Friday, the Trump legal team faces a hearing on a protective order aimed at limiting what evidence the former president can speak about publicly in his election interference case. Though these kinds of orders are normally standard, the former president is calling that a First Amendment issue, too. In Washington, Alice Barr, Local 4.
Okay, Alice, the first GOP debate just a few weeks away now, August 23rd. So far, 8 GOP candidates have qualified for it. Asa Hutchinson, Francis Suarez, and Michigander Perry Johnson have yet to reach the requirements to be on the stage.
Some good news. There was one lone winning ticket to last night's $1.5 billion Mega Millions jackpot. The bad news, it was sold in Florida and not here in Michigan. The winning ticket was sold at a Publix in Neptune Beach. That's just outside of Jacksonville. The winner can choose to take $1.58 billion in 30 installments over 29 years or a one-time lump sum payment of $783 million, both before taxes.
Lake St. Clair provides much of Metro Detroit's drinking water, you know that, but because of aging infrastructure, it also becomes a catch basin for sewer runoff when big storms hit. As Rod Maloney tells us, in Macomb County, they've decided they're going to spend millions of dollars to address that. Rod.
When Michigan has one of its famous major rainstorms and we get flooding in basements, what happens here is that stormwater runoff and then partially treated sewage builds up in this area here, into this canal. But then when we get too much water coming in, at some point, something's got to give to prevent those basements from flooding. And so they open the canal gates down there and send the excess water out into Lake St. Clair. A practice Macomb County Drain Commissioner Candace Miller wants to see end.
You're going to drink that? I don't think so. You want to swim in it? No. Even after we treat it.
Miller and other county leaders are spending nearly $30 million Federal American Rescue Plan dollars to build this new retention area, increasing the stormwater storage capacity nearly 50% to 43 million gallons, and replace the spillway doors while they're at it. They also plan on spending another $16 million on new backup generators to protect against power outages and a giant inflatable rubber weir in a major storm drain that will allow them to constrict stormwater flow into the Chapatton pump station located at 9 Mile and St. Clair Shores. Miller says it's troubling the state of Michigan is on board with the combined sewage overflows.
And they're going, well, you know, you're permitted to do this as long as you treat it, it's okay. In my opinion, that is not the correct answer. The correct answer is no, it's not okay.
St. Clair Shores Mayor Kip Walby points out these aren't bipartisan projects.
We come together in the right fashion for the right projects. And at the end of the day, we're going to help the people who use this lake. So I applaud that.
And here in Macomb County, they say they want to be leaders because it turns out that Oakland and Wayne counties put a whole lot more of that treated sewage out into Lake St. Clair. And they say if we can do this, so can you. In St. Clair Shores, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
All right, Rod, the construction of the Chapatin facility is going to take 2 years to complete. Expected, though, to reduce combined sewer outflows by 70 to 80%, with the added bonus of reducing the possibility of basement flooding as well.
All right, so let's shift gears here to the weather as we take a live look outside from we've got this Windsor sky cam today. We started off the day with sunshine. Now a few little clouds have moved in, and we've also got some chances of rain coming later tonight.
So let's kick it over to Kim Adams and our look at our first forewarned forecast. Kim?
We've had a couple brief downpours. One was along I-96 this afternoon, right before you got to downtown Detroit. The other went over the Grosse Pointes just about 45 minutes ago. But now it's quiet in Metro Detroit. We still have the clouds, and it's 80 everywhere in Detroit, Howell, Pontiac, and Adrian, all checking in right at 80 degrees. Our normal high is 82, so we're pretty close to it. Now tonight, if you are headed to the Tigers game, it'll be about 84 for the first pitch and warm even at 7 o'clock. Can't rule out just an isolated spotty shower, much like last night, but I think it's going to be pretty dry at the ballpark, so you should be good to go for the Tigers game tonight. Now tomorrow, yesterday, you might remember we had a chance for rain in the morning. That chance is diminishing. It's not completely gone tomorrow, but looks like most of the day will be dry. We do have a cold front coming through, but it's not much of a temperature difference, so it's not very strong. It may touch off an isolated shower, but for the most part, tomorrow will be dry with temperatures in the low 80s. It's time to talk about the weekend, and I'll do that in just a few minutes.
It's my kind of cold front. 83, that's good. Off and running on this Wednesday.
Devon Fernandez is working on a story you just don't want to miss.
It's a group of community members working to stay engaged and heart healthy.
It's an improvement for the neighborhood. It's something for the neighborhood people to do.
I'm Devon Fernandez, showing you how a program called Sizzling Seniors is working to keep neighbors active.
All right, Devon, also a startling case of animal cruelty unfolding tonight in the middle of the state. And here's Pamela.
Thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart. I wish I could meet and thank every one of you individually.
Isabel Gaddy is all smiles today, and that is thanks in part to your generosity. We'll have her reaction to the money that she now has to fix her broken fence when we come back.